So I figure what we'll do now is I'll just go over a couple of the settings, or at least the performance anyway. We won't pay too much attention to the market right now. We've made our pips. And I'll tell you quick, the 1 minute trend, it really is the bread and butter. And I can scream it till I'm blue in the face, but I'm going to show you some results here. They're kind of back up what I'm trying to show you guys. Let me start by showing you how the 1 minute trend is done. Now remember, on these guys, all I do is playing for pips. I don't have this set to compound, so there's like just the minimal amount of lots. One mini, it might even be it's a mini lot. So it just puts a mini lot. I'm just trying to go for collecting pips, see how many pips, because we know the power of what pips can do once you start compounding. All right, so strictly a play for pips here. That's all these are. Let me show you here. So this is the 1 minute trend. This is on the MyFX book account. Okay, this is right here. If you look at the label here, 1 minute trend, shorts and longs. Okay, let me go to it here. Pips. It's made 320 pips right here. When did it start? Here, let's go back to the start date real quick. I'll tell you. This one's been running for a while now, so I've got some backbone behind it. This is since September 26th. This particular setting. All right. It can possibly get some bigger losses because basically what it does is it uses the L7 as a stop. So these are the most recent trades. Here was today's actually trade. Added trade. Here's January 2nd. Sorry for keeping it on 2020. So it sold a pound dollar from 31.97 down to 31.76. So made 20.7 pips. All right, don't worry about the profit there because like I said, this is not compounding. It's not weighting the lots behind it. All the lots are 0.10 lots. Okay, so it's had a 64 pip win. It'll win 100 pip trades every now and then. I think it's got 2 or 3 of these in here. Right, so basically, the average loss is a little bigger than the win on this one, so the risk reward isn't fantastic, but it actually is hitting 70% of the trades. So 70% win rate, and I don't know if you guys ever watch expectancy, but it's not a bad expectancy. It means every time you place a trade, win or lose, the average it's going to bank you 3.5 pips. Okay, so this is all on automated. 300. This would be well over 35% because if it was compounding, probably even more growth on this account. So that is the 1 minute trend. The settings on these, I think I've showed the settings on this one before. The settings for the 1 minute trend. It's a box, one-click entry on this one, but it's better to just let it do because it's got an L7 stop, so it uses a big stop, so it gives it room to come up somewhere in the zone there. No trade management at all. 100 pip target, 100 pip stop, but that rarely ever gets touched because the L7 is where it's at. It doesn't go 24 hours, so 6 to 15 GMT. I've got it. Risk factor of 1, true dynamic targets. After 10 pips of profit, it looks for a 3-column roadblock to get out, and that's why it gets really big targets sometimes, because 3-column roadblocks all lined up, they're not easy to find, so it has to go out some distance to find a 3-column roadblock, and it will often pull you 100 pip trades sometimes. It does play defense, so if the pattern breaks down, it'll take it out at a +5. I could probably up that a little bit, but it's been doing well. It has an L2 trail stop, so that often takes out the trade. It can do a white zone entry between 1 and 3. If the white zone phase is any bigger than 3, it will not take a trade. And it needs 3 clear lanes of 15 pips or more, so it's pretty strict. And the distance between the 1 minute box and the 5 minute box can be 25 pips at maximum. So that is the settings for this one, and doing really well. So that is the 1 minute trend trade. Okay, surprising and cool. I love this one. This one's done really good. This is one of the breakout trade varieties. This breakout trade is doing unreal, real good. Because wait till you see this performance here. All right, this has got over 285 pips, but guess what? This hasn't been going 4 months. This has only been going less than 2 weeks. Look at this thing. The first two trades it had 100 pips on it. The very first trades on the 17th of December. Okay, this is a simple breakout strategy, and it has a trade protector of 6 pips. So a lot of them are 6 pips. If it goes, I think I'll look up the setting, but I think if it goes any more than 10 pips or something, it puts a 6 pip trade protector on there. So if it goes any distance at all in the positive, it's not going to go loser on you. I think at 10 pips, it'll give you 6 for sure. And then it starts looking for an exit at 30 pips or more. So none of the actual wins are going to be less than 30 pips, except for the trade protector wins. Okay, yeah, okay. So in fact, we didn't have one today. It looks like, but the last one was December 31st, and it was a trade protector, but there was a 30 pip, there's a 30 pip, there's 30, 30, 30, there's a 50. It went even further, it got 50. The target is set for 75. I haven't had any 75s yet. The most I think we've got is a 50. Let me see, let's go to page 2. There's 36, 30, page 3. Oh yeah, we had that 68 one there and a 46 there. So this thing has done well. It's actually also at about a 70% strike rate. This has got an expectancy of 6.5 pips. That means every time this opens a trade, it's 6 pips. I mean, it doesn't mean everyone's going to be a 6 pip trade. You're going to have losers and we have winners, but overall, when you look at all your trades, out of all the trades you've taken, each one is going to be worth 6.5 pips. So that's, you just want to take every one you can take of these. And this gets a lot of entries. I mean, this has actually taken 43 trades in 2 weeks. So look at all the ones on New Year's Eve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades on New Year's Eve. And look how many it hit. 2 30 pip trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trade protector trades. And then only one loss of 15 pips. And then on the 30th, you had 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, only one loser, 2 30s. Oh no, that 26, that's not so. So 2 6s, a 30, and a loser of 15. And that was the 30th. The 26th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Yeah, 2 losers, but also 2 30 pip winners, 2 losers, and then a 6 there. Let's see, the 23rd, at least a 50 and a minus 15. So you're getting multiple entries per day. Here's 3 more 23s, all winners. 36. It's almost 100 pips on that day alone. Yeah, you can have bad days. Look, the 19th, actually, wow, a lot of trades on the 19th, and it was a losing day, but it actually was able to fight back a little bit. So there's 30, there's 60 down. Oh no, that's 18th. 19th, lost 30, lost 45, but actually 30 and 1, 2, 3, 54 to the positive side. So even that day with a lot of 3 losers was still positive on the day. Here's 2 losers on the 18th and then 2 small winners. So there was a losing day. But pretty much the 17th looks like probably a losing day also. Oh no, it wasn't because we had that there. So really hardly any losing days at all on this one. All right, so that is the breakout trade. I'm going to actually clue you in on something, guys. You have the breakout trade right now. Okay, so that was something that I didn't really restrict. I'm gonna probably restrict it soon because I'm just gonna include it with the lifetime and all that. All these settings you're gonna get with the lifetime, guys. If you do lifetime, you're gonna have these fully automated, working for you. All right, so this is the breakout trade. Let me see if I can find it. I was gonna show you the settings if you guys are interested. Okay, here's the breakout trade settings. Alright, so this is that breakout trade that I just showed you that's up ridiculous amounts of pips right now. So it runs 24 hours a day, so it can take trades at any time. If there's a breakout, it's going to take it. Okay, it's only got a 15 pip stop. I mean, you can't beat that. 15 pip stop, 75 pip target. It uses Trade Protector 2, which I'll show you. It has a +6 Trade Protector. I think it goes 10. I'll see what that is real quick. And then that's it. It looks for a 2-column roadblock after 30 pips. That's why you see it'll either get the Trade Protector pips of 6 or it'll take 30. So that's that. Let me go see what Trade Protector 2 is. It's right here. Trade Protector 2. So, oh, if it goes 15, then it'll guarantee 6. I'll tell you what, it's already taken 40 trades. At least 20 of them, or maybe more, have been those Trade Protector trades where it's gone 15. I could bump this up to probably 7, and we probably wouldn't have taken away any of our winners. And if you just one more pip over 20 trades in 2 weeks, that's another 20 pips. That's another 2%. It's nothing. It's not nothing, you know. And it might even be able to go up to, you know, I wouldn't put it up to 10 pip protector, because then you might be taking out a lot of trades that would have worked out for 30. I think you might be too close at 10. But I think you could probably bump it up a pip. But whatever, this setup is working well. In 2 weeks, it's put out almost as many pips as the 1 minute trend in 3 months. But I do have that 1 minute trend pretty restrictive. I can make it take more trades. I've got it right now. It needs 3 clear lanes of 15 pips. What if I did 3 clear lanes of 14 or 12 or just 10 pips? We get more entries. I don't know if it would perform as well, but then you can tweak the setups a little bit to get more entries if you think it's working so good that, hey, we don't need 3 lanes of 15. We could do 3 lanes of 14 or 3 lanes of 13 each, or 3 lanes of 10 each, and get a whole bunch more entries. Or maybe just 2 lanes of 15 pips. All right, so that's you can actually, guys, start using the breakout right now. All right, to do it, you just go to your breakout bot settings, I want to say. Where do I have it? Here, bot switches, and just hit enable breakout bot. See that down there? And to true. And I'm pretty sure all of you guys, if you have the VTA, it'll just work. I don't think I turned it off for anyone. So you have this right now. All right, and that's the settings you want to keep it at. 15.6 on Trade Protector, whatever one you use 2. Don't use the same one you use for your manual, right? Don't mess that up. So use a different one than you're using for your manual trade settings. All right, and then 0 to 24, 15.75. Got to add that extra 0. Trade Protector, whatever you've set it at. I've set mine to 2. Disabled, 1.0, true, 2, and 30. That's really 30 with an extra digit. Okay? All right, that's the breakout. All right, I don't want to take too long here, guys, but I can show you more. The reversal trade. Okay, it hasn't had a ton. This does not open a lot of trades. Okay, but it's good. The last 3 have failed. Okay, it happens. I'm not sure why. I gotta see, because there was a quick open and close immediately, so I don't know what the reasoning behind that was. But it wasn't much of a loss to worry about. But it did take a -10. But before that, it's hit almost every trade it's taken. In fact, that 10 was the only real loss. And it did this thing again here. So where it closed right away. So I got to see what that's probably because I know. I think where the target was just right. It was already at the target basically. But you can see here, this expectancy is at 10 pips. Every time it places a trade, you're pretty much guaranteed a minimum of 10 pips. But it's only taken 17 trades. It's hitting closer to 80% of its trades. 13 out of 17. See, the loss in risk reward is really good. So, I mean, not a lot to show you on that one. That's the one that the trade room does here. Also, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, that's a reversal one. Here's which one is this? This is okay. Now this is the stochastic trend. This will be included with the lifetime. You won't have it on the VTA because this is not. And I've actually done a little tweaking on it too. So I don't think you might get a 60 pips loss on it, but it uses the L7 as a stop loss. But it's doing really well. I mean, its expectancy is only 3 pips, but it's hitting around 70% of its trades, and the win-loss is But overall, it's up 118 pips, so it's hard to say it's not a great strategy, but it is positive all by itself. All right, and then let me show you, I guess, what is it, the Supreme Combo. Okay, the Supreme Combo has had a rough time. It started out amazing. We were like, whoa, this is great. Had some rough, I mean, it does take a lot of losses, and that's because I use the swing stop. And the swing stop is a really tight stop loss that it will take losses in trades that would have otherwise won. But it does hold out for good trades. So look at the average win to loss. The risk reward is almost 4-to-1 here. It's about little over 3-to-1. So under 6 pips, and then it's averaging 20 pips on every win. So it's taking out 3 to 4 losses every win, but it needs to, because it's not hitting very many, because it's got such a tight stop loss. So about 30% of the trades it's hitting. But when it's got a 3-to-1, a 4-to-1 risk reward, that's okay, because it's still up 130 something pips right now. But you can see it doesn't hit a ton, and it goes on long streaks of losses. So for example, look at this. That was brutal. That was a couple weeks of nothing but losses. I was like, starting to question. And then it knocks out 60 pips, in a couple days. And it races a lot of those losses right off the bat. Okay, but I do have a couple other settings on the Supreme Combo that are doing well as well. I'll go through and look at those too. Just want to go over some of the settings that are doing good. And again, all these will be included in your guys' VTAs when you do the lifetime. Okay. All right. Any questions about that? That's enough time, I guess. Now here's an account. This is a demo account I've taken a setting that was doing well, not even the best 1 minute trend. It's a different 1 minute trend setting. And I actually put it on account to compound, to grow according to the power of 20. This I just started not too long ago. I'll show it to you. Like I said, it's a demo account, just running one setting, the 1 minute trend. Okay, here, I'll show you. It was $50,000 account start. It's set to the power of 20. So these are the trades it's taken so far. I've got it a little tighter than the one you saw. I mean, it takes, instead of 3 time frames of 15 pip gaps, it only needs 2 of 20. So it's a little different setup, but it's up already. I mean, it hit growth target. Let's see, on the 31st, look at the 31st day. It was a good day. I mean, it really did very good. And remember, on this account, every 500 is about 1%. So that was a 1%. That was about 10 pips, basically, because 20 pips is 2%. So these are all almost, that's probably 8 pips, 10, a little like 11 pips, 11 pips. I think there's a trade protector on this too. There's a 10 pip trade protector. Exactly. That's what this is. And then here's a 20 something pip trade here. It only hit 120 because mostly the trade protector is kicking in. But this is fully autopilot. I'm not touching it. This is just a 1 minute trend on a compounding. You can see how it started at, so it's gradually working itself up. Dollar Canada's a little less per pip, so it opens bigger size lots. So it all takes into account how much that currency pair is worth and how much you can make on that currency pair, and it opens the correct amount of lot sizes for that currency. Obviously, pound yen earns you a little bit more. Oh, and pound dollar earns you a little more. That's why they're so different here. Okay, so you have to compare apples to apples. You can see pound dollar went from 5 to 5.07 to 5.03, where pound yen went from 5.47, now it's 5.65. Okay, so that's I just started this on the 23rd. So this has only been going for a little over a week, and already it's up 5%. 2,500 is 5%. So 1 week 5%, not bad. And just one setup, 1 minute trend. So it's just to show what it can do. And then I'm probably going to throw a live account soon with one of these settings on there. Probably the 1 minute trend, either this one or the other one that's doing good. And I might even do another live account with that breakout trade, because that thing's, wow. I really like how that's performing. All right. Any questions about that? Yeah, I mean, I can pre-populate them. What I'll also do, JJ, I'm going to have on the member site, there'll be a download area where you can download the trade mods. So it'll be just a specific setting with maybe a performance thing on the one page, and you can download that setting and just load up that setting without affecting any of your other settings. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call the session now. You guys have a great day. This is a great trading session for the first day of the new year. And we'll see everyone tomorrow for Friday's session. And then it's on for the rest of the year, guys. All right, Sam Shakespeare signing out.